Well, guys, I want to say this about this book, but not a book, a journal that God gave me to do. It's something I got to give all honor and grace, and I thank my friends for coming. My girl Retta is in the building. I got to give God his recognition or his honor because this journal, as y'all see over there, it's in the name of Jesus list. This is a list that I got an aunt. Her name is Janice Burrell. My aunt was very instrumental in my life. My mama had me when she was 15 years old. Young girl, Desire Project, and my dad. And I could be transparent and tell you guys this, but my dad was a heroin addict. And he was 15 years old when they had me. My mama was in the streets, and my dad was a heroin addict. But my grandmother, Betty Jean Haynes, is the one who poured into me my morals, my values, and things of that nature. But her oldest daughter and her oldest child, Janice Haynes Burrell. She doesn't even live here, guys, because if she did, she'll be here. She live in Houston. I call her on this earth my spiritual angel. Because whatever I'm going through, she could feel it. Whatever she's going through, I can feel it. And I could also remember when I was a little girl, she used to do this thing with me and put me in front of the mirror and tell me how beautiful I was. I can remember when I was a little girl and a little baby, this thing that she would do, and she would say, "My little Tweety, we all did," and dress me up, and that's where I got my confidence from. I was living in the Desire Project, a little girl with my grandmother, not even knowing I was poor, because they always gave me the best in life. I try to do that for my children because if we say in this room, all of us are believer, God is the example of excellence. Sometimes people don't understand. They may say you OCD or OCD is not always used in a bad term because God is excellent. He said walk in excellence. And me and my auntie Janice, y'all, this thing with this book in the name of Jesus, this journal. This is a journal that I decided to honor her with because we will touch and agree. When I would go through all my anxieties of the world, like everybody in here may have things that they want to do. Like today we was rushing and pushing to get together and rushing and pushing to get these things going on. And there's things and goals in our lives that we may want to do that we don't understand how we going to get to it or how it's going to happen. But God gave me in the name of Jesus list. What I would do with my aunt, and you can think about somebody in your head that you can touch and agree with. You can tell them anything in your life, and you know one thing, they're not going to judge you. You know one thing, they're going to touch and agree with you. And whatever you tell them, it's going to be safe. That was my Auntie Janice. That's my Auntie Janice. So what I would do, God told me to do, and I've been doing this since I had Spice Divas of 20 years. I don't want to make it an I thing. But Spice Divas Beauty Ball, 20 years. I had a group home for the elderly when I was 26. I go back to my grandma because God keep telling me to go back to my grandma because my grandmother could not read. That's what we talk about literacy. She could not read. I was 5 years old reading her mail. So I promised my grandmother that I would go to the highest level of education in my life. She's not here. She passed away on Christmas Day. Christmas Day, almost a year when my daughter was born. But I honor her and I honor my aunt. Let's go back to the In the Name of Jesus journal. In the Name of Jesus journal, me and my aunt, I would text everything that was in my brain, because sometimes y'all, I know y'all probably in this room, you have stuff so much in your brain, you're like, I got to pay this, I got to do this, I got to clean this, I got to do this, I got to do that. And it's all running high. I gotta take care of children. I gotta do my podcast. I gotta get a guest. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta come to the event. I gotta get dressed. I gotta go to church. All this in your head, right? Like you got stuff in your head, like But I would do is I would write my list down to get it out my head. I didn't know, and I had never been diagnosed with nothing, right? From a medical perspective, right? From a psychiatrist or anything. But I knew something because I had all this jumble. I wanted to do all this stuff. So I would write down everything that was in my brain at the moment. I would forward it to my Auntie Janice, y'all. I did it in text. Cover my children. It was little things. Clean my closet. It was cover Brianna, cover Brock. Make sure they graduate. Lose 20 pounds. Have them lose 20 pounds. I don't care how small it is. And not no big goals, little tasks, whatever it is you won't do. What I need to pay. I need to pay $10 a day. I need to pay this. I will forward that to my auntie. My auntie would say, we're going to touch and agree in the name of Jesus through text. It's not always, we didn't even talk. It was me texting it to her. So this, I noticed in my life, when I stopped doing it, I stopped being successful and progressive. So God gave me this journal. I clearly envision, if y'all see that in the name of Jesus, if y'all see that picture, I took that picture at the end of 2022. And when I took that picture, I saw the gold trim around it. That's how God gave me that clear vision. I saw the gold trim around it. And I said, Auntie, I'm going to do this journal. And I'm going to put you in it. She said, just don't put a picture of me. You know, because my auntie the type, y'all, she's very, very religious. And she covered her body from head to toe. We just did we were just in a celebration where the first lady talked about not having a goal that you tip over, not wearing something that's so, she said, it's what's in here. That's my Auntie Janice. You ain't seeing none of her skin, nothing, right? She sometimes tell me, what you doing? Pull that down, what you doing? That. But that tool, that journal can help you with your mind. It helped me all the days of my life. It made me to be able to Spice Divas 20 years, own a group home when I was the age 26. A lot of things. Getting my children through school, being a single parent, all those things. So if you today suffer with anything in your mind that you're trying to do or you're trying to accomplish goals that you haven't gotten to, write it down. What's Habakkuk? Habakkuk, right? Write the vision, make it plain. Write it down. Get somebody that's close to you. Get the journal, and they can help you through the way. I'm your girl, Spice Divas. I don't want to be too long. I won't tarry too long.